But around this time, you normally get Randy. So I said, well, you know what? Let me look and see if Randy's out of here. Randy wasn't out here. So I'll come on live and do my thing. And tonight, I want to have a deep talk. I want to talk about a lot of things tonight. I've been spending a lot of time on Clubhouse, listening to different people's stories. But tonight, what I want to talk about is a very deep subject here. I want to get into things and really dive under the sea, as they say. Because today, an American talk radio icon, Rush Limbaugh, died at the age of 70. How's everybody doing tonight? Is everybody doing good? I hope everything's good with everybody. So let me say this, okay? Rush Limbaugh lost his life after a battle with lung cancer, okay? I don't care what the man did in his previous years. What I care about is the man fought a battle with lung cancer, okay? Let's be human for a minute, okay? Cancer is something that's affecting a lot of high profile people right now. It's affecting the wife of Kurt Schilling. It it took the life of Rush Limbaugh today. You know, cancer is something that's really, really nasty, and it rears its ugly head. And, you know, it makes you stop and think about human life and the value of it. You know, we only get one chance to go around in this world, okay? We get one shot. You got to do what makes you happy. You got to do what you really want to do in this world. Me, I'm coming up on 44 and a half next month. I'll be 44 and a half next month. So listen, I've come to conclusions that I need to do certain things. One of my biggest goals in life is to move to Orlando, Florida. And that ball has already been rolling pretty quick up the hill. So Orlando, Florida, here comes Grizz. I'm on my way. I'm not going to let nothing stop me. So I will open it up to you being a guest. If anybody in the room would like to be a guest, all I ask you to do is put a 1 in the room. Okay? Just place a 1 in the room, and I will allow you to come on and talk to me. To be honest with you, I'd rather have you come on and talk than chat in the room because the comments are pretty small. I see the hello from Portland. And, you know, here's another factor I want to get into. The people down south, what they're going through right now is a living hell. I see these reports on television. Texas, these people are starving practically. And it's really sad to watch because their power's out and there's nowhere they can get food. The stories are just brutal coming out of Texas right now. And it makes you stop and think about how lucky you truly are that we have power right now. And we're living our life. We're eating, we're having power. The things people take for granted are the things those in Texas would love to have right now. And I'm sure there's other states down in that area by Texas that's going through this. Well, let me tell you something. I want you to stop for a moment and just think about it. How lucky we are that we have the necessities that we take for granted while these poor people in Texas are going through a living hell. You know, just think about it. And when you look at everything that's going on since last year with COVID, you have to stop and think about something. You have to say to yourself, this was happening to me personally, so I can connect to what it is that I really need to do with my life going forward. They say everything happens for a reason. And believe it or not, I believe COVID happened around me for a reason. It motivated me to take my life and put it under a microscope to look at it and say, what do I want to do with my future? And the answer is Orlando, Florida. And like I told you, the ball's rolling towards Orlando, Florida. Hello, Boston. How are you, Boston? Welcome in. So the bottom line tonight is that we talked tonight with our opening monologue here, and that's what it was. The opening monologue now is completed. I would like you to call in and talk about the subjects I've mentioned. You press one in the room, and I send you an invite, and you get a chance to participate in two-way dialogue, something that talk radio with Rush Limbaugh many years ago created that window of opportunity, the two-way dialogue. So let's talk about these big stories of today, or let's talk about where your life is headed. So I want to talk about things. You are cold as hell. What's up, RNC? How are you dealing with this in Texas? How are the conditions? Give me an update. Tell me what's happening in Texas. You know, it's a sad thing that Rush left us today, 70 years old. I mean, really, it's a sad day. Truly sad day. Rush Limbaugh is gone, and he's hopefully in a happier place, no longer suffering. All we can do is wish Rush Limbaugh nothing but eternal peace and happiness as he goes to the next stage, leaving this world, leaving us behind to continue our journey through this world. I'm sorry, the comments are really tough to read. I apologize. He died a brave man. Well, there you go. He died a brave man. I mean, he fought a battle, and God bless him for fighting that battle. And may he have eternal peace and eternal happiness, like I said. You barely have water, just a trickle. Do you have food? So things are bad in Texas. There's RNC. He's in Texas. He's our guy reporting to us from the ground in Texas. So remember right now, listen to what RNC is saying to you. Be very happy that you have the necessities to get a happy life going, because RNC right there is struggling. He's struggling. He said the water's coming out with just a trickle. Running water is a necessity, my friends. Good evening, Harry. How are you? Running water is a necessity. And, I've been blessed, though, with the opportunity to go to Clubhouse, which is an invite only. And I've met so many wonderful people. And we've talked for hours in those last 2 days about so many different subjects. We had sports talk today for a couple hours. Got to meet some amazing people. We talked about a whole bunch of different topics. I'm telling you, Clubhouse app is something, if you get a chance, get over to Clubhouse app. You're going to like it. Go make friends. Go to the rooms where there's not that many people and make new friends. Connect with people. That's what we're here for, is to connect with one another. Yes, we should be very grateful, and we should count our blessings, because I will tell you, I've been blessed. And I want everybody, when they wake up tomorrow morning, who have all the necessities, to say, I am blessed. The first thing you do tomorrow morning when you wake up out of bed, say, I am blessed, because God is blessing us. And for the people who are going through a tough time, I promise you, there's a thing called karma. God will make it up to you down the road. He will make it up to you. I've been there before with no power. I've been there in bad situations. I promise you that this world will circle all the way around and things will get better. There is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel, even though right now it's dark. Well, Nancy, I'm letting them know that if you want to go to another app, it's a free world. You can go to another app, Nancy. Clubhouse is set up totally different than Haps. Haps is a place where you could do a full-on show. But Clubhouse is a place where you could meet some amazing people from all over the world. And that's what I've had the opportunity to do, is meet some amazing people and hear all their stories and all their experiences. And, it made me like really think about myself. I felt like I was in a community group and I was learning about other people's stories, and they taught me so much. They taught me so much. They taught me that my baseball cards actually have a value. Some of my cards are worth $25 a card. I'll show you one. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hang on. Let's do this. This card right here, Bo Jackson. Okay? This Bo Jackson card right here. That card is worth $25. Okay? That Bo Jackson card is worth $25. If it wasn't for the great guys that I met over on Clubhouse, I would have had no idea. They taught me everything I needed to know. I'm just saying that it's not an app that's you to show up at. You have to be invited. You have to know somebody who's there that can give you an invite. So I'm trying to get, people I know to invite people and give everybody an opportunity. So if you want to go on Clubhouse, I will tell you, contact me. Let me know you would like to join Clubhouse, and I'll try to get an invite sent to you. We're working on a way to get that done. So let me know you want to be part of Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a very popular, it's an audio only, no chats, no cameras. It's audio only. These people only see the picture you put up there. That's it. No video. Yes, yes. Well, they told me that, I went to eBay, I Googled the cards. They said, just Google the card and you'll find out the value of it. And I found out that card is worth $25. So I thought I had a bunch of useless trash here in this book. And they even recommended to me to hold on to the card. They said, dude, don't sell it. They said, hold on to it for a little time. But I will tell you today, when I was watching the Rush Limbaugh coverage on Fox News Channel, really sad times, when his wife went on his show and announced that he's no longer with us, it was just a sad thing. I mean, it was definitely a moving moment to hear that, I mean, to hear a man of his legacy, to hear his wife come on there and announce to the world that he's no longer with us, it was a moving moment. It really was. Listening to President Trump call into Fox News for a half hour, that was shocking. I mean, he made some, stupid comments like he always does. President Trump, of course, had to make some stupid comment. You're there to honor Rush Limbaugh, and you're going to start throwing out about, oh, I knew I won the election. And, it's like, dude, they're giving you an opportunity to come on and talk about Mr. Limbaugh. And what do? You go and make some stupid comment. You didn't stay on script. And that's not right. I mean, come on, Donald, what's wrong with you, man? What is wrong with this guy? He's there to memorialize a good man in Rush Limbaugh who fought in battle with cancer. And what happens? He starts babbling about some goofy nonsense he shouldn't be talking about at that time. It's just unbelievable. But it's unbelievable, though. Why in the world would this man go on there and start babbling when he's paying tribute to a man in Rush? It just goes to show you. Well, he's not a very nice person. And, anybody that considered voting for him in 2024, I think that sent a message. You're there to memorialize Mr. Limbaugh, and you're there now talking about yourself. It's not cool. It's not cool. You're on a major network to speak about Mr. Limbaugh, who you gave the Presidential Medal of Honor to. Okay, he gave it to him at the State of the Union. And he admitted that, yes, Mr. Limbaugh knew about it, but Mr. Limbaugh played it up like he was surprised. But that's okay. The man was suffering, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man was suffering. So, I mean, that's fine that he played it up. He knew he was getting it, and that's fine. That was his chance to be in the spotlight. And, it is what it is. A person battling cancer like that deserves the opportunity to have their moment the bask in a little glory during the tough time. So that was good. That Mr. Limbaugh got his spot in the spotlight there, and he battled, and he's now gone, and they're paying homage to him all night here on Fox News Channel. Sean Hannity, who's a good friend of his, has done a great job, remembering him with special guests, and thankfully they're giving him the proper send off here, on television. So that's good that they're talking about all the good positive stories. You heard stories about his wedding and all kinds of things. So that was good to hear. That was really good to hear. That you got to know a little bit about the man behind the microphone. It's not just about the man was on the microphone. The man behind the microphone, we got to hear about him. At the time of his passing, unfortunately, but that man worked his butt off to put on quality radio for years. And you could have liked them, you could have hated them, whatever. That's not important right now if you liked them or hated them. What's important is that the man deserves credit for what he achieved with hard work. And he said, every American, no matter what you look like, has an opportunity to take over the world, but you have to put in the hours. You have to put in the work. You can't just show up and say, here I am, hand me the keys. So Mr. Limbaugh honestly personally left me with that saying that you can do it. You just have to put in the work. So did they mention? No. They did not mention all the negative stuff. This man just passed away. The man didn't commit any crimes. The man didn't commit any kind of, any crimes at all. The man never said anything that was extremely bad. Mr. Limbaugh, he deserves to rest in peace now. Other people have done some bad things over the years, but Mr. Limbaugh deserves respect. And that's why I'm calling him Mr. Limbaugh, not just Rush. He wanted to be known as Rush, and that was his legacy. But Mr. Limbaugh deserves the proper send-off here tonight. And if anybody wants to call in, please let me know. I can bring you on, and we can discuss anything you want here. We got a bunch of topics already on the board tonight. Like I mentioned, the issues, what's happening down in Texas with the weather. It's causing chaos. I've mentioned Mr. Limbaugh's passing. And I also said that COVID taught me personally the lesson of what I need to do for the future. And in the coming weeks, you'll see me go through this transition to get to the finish line, and it will be happening. So I'm excited about that. Exactly. Nobody deserves to what happened to him in the end. Okay. Nobody deserves his fate, because that's just too much. I mean, he showed us that he was a fighter, and he encouraged people who could be going through that battle in the future that, he showed a lot of courage. That's what I'm trying to say, is that he deserves respect for the courage he showed in his fight with cancer. He made it 10 months through the battle of stage 4 cancer. And that's just amazing. And, it's just, I can't even put it into words, to be honest with you. I really just can't even put it into words. It's just, like I said, it's overwhelming. And that's that, I was hoping Randy Horton would show up tonight, but no Randy Horton. We're at 10:32 East Coast time, and we're 20 minutes into this, and Randy Horton has not arrived yet. I would love to see Randy Horton arrive here, but I'm almost out of time here for the night here. I could stay a little bit longer, but, because we don't have no callers or nothing here, then I'm going to go. It's it. I did my 20 minutes, and, I've been doing a lot of stuff on the air today between, the app of Clubhouse and then here. I've done a lot of hours on the air today, man. It's been a long day for me. And I had 6 hours of sleep last night, and normally I get close to 9 every night. So I'm running on fumes at this point. So I'm just trying to hang in here, and you know, I would love it if we can get some interaction going here on the phone lines. If somebody would, say, "Hey, bring me on as a guest." I don't care what they call it. I still call it you're on the phone line. You know what I mean? I believe in talk show being a talk show, and that's what I'm doing here tonight. Is I'm talking to you, and I would love the two-way dialogue with you. That's one thing I pride myself in, is doing talk shows. But if anybody's out there and they want to call in, I welcome you in tonight. I will be back tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern for the weekly show, Thursday night weekly show. And on that show, we'll cover a whole bunch of different topics and hopefully have some guests. And that would be kind of nice if we can get some people on that show tomorrow night. So, we'll talk about some things, though. I'll bring some topics to the table. We'll do some sports talk and hopefully have a couple guests tomorrow night. Remember, drink your water. It's good for you. Drink your water, because you know what? You got to drink your stuff if you want to actually stay alive. It's good for you. I did have a Coca-Cola, but that was to keep me up. So, yes, I had a Coca-Cola to keep me up. So there you go. T-Bomb's here. Hello, T-Bomb. Welcome in. It's a sad day. It's a sad day across America. A talk radio icon, Rush Limbaugh, passed away from cancer. It's sad. When anybody passes away, it's a sad thing in America. And especially on a night like tonight, it's very, very sad. By the way, I have a story to tell you about. I just found this story. Well, I found it earlier, and I want to bring it up here on the air. So let's do this. Let's talk about this. Yes, this is actually a talk show here tonight. I am doing a talk show. Citibank has placed $1 million in people's accounts, and they can't get the money back, they're saying. They apparently accidentally put $1 million in people's accounts, and they're not able to recoup the money. So it's crazy. It's a crazy news story on a day like today, So there's that story out there too. If you want to talk about Citibank messing up and giving out free money, you could do that too. Yep. So there's that. But like I said, I'm out of energy. I am totally out of energy. I'm not going to hide it from you. I'm really tired. And like I said, I was hoping to have Mr. Randy Horton join me. But no Randy tonight, it looks like. Maybe he'll drop in tomorrow night on the 10 p.m. East Coast hour-and-a-half show. We'll be on tomorrow night and hopefully have, like I said, several guests joining me. We'll see who stops by this week. Last week we had a special guest host. And this week, I don't know who we'll have. You never know who's going to drop by here on the Grizz Show, here on Haps.tv. And, if you don't have an account on Haps, might as well come and get one, okay? This way you could call in and you can participate, and we could have two-way dialogue here. I mean, we're going out all over the place. The numbers are really good. I like that. People are here listening, and I still honestly have to tell you that Clubhouse app is so much fun. It's addictive, okay? It's addictive. Haps.tv, yes, Haps.tv, T-Bomb. Yes, it is a thing. Yes, it is. There's an actual Haps.tv, T-Bomb. Yes, there is. So, all right, well, it's hit 25 minutes. I know what's going to happen. As soon as I hit the end button, Randy Horton will show up with a comment. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I would have loved to have Randy here tonight, but it's just not happening. No Randy tonight. But he's a great guest, and I would love to have him. Oh, look at that. I can now turn the camera off. Holy smokes, I can now turn my camera off. So you're telling me I could just sit here and do a radio show? That is awesome. So if I wanted to, I could do a radio show on Haps.tv. Wow, that's an awesome feature. Yes, you could turn the camera off. And then you could turn it back on. So turn it off, turn it on. There you go. I like that feature. That's a new feature. So Haps is going to be like Periscope soon then. You don't guess what? If you call in, you don't got to use your camera. There's a feature now to turn it off. That is awesome. That is really awesome. You could turn your camera on and off now. There you go, guys. So I'm breaking some news here on the Grizz Show tonight. You now have the option to turn your camera on and off during a broadcast. So if you don't feel like being on camera, you don't have to anymore. That's awesome. Like you have something to do or whatever, you know, you don't got to stay on camera. So there you go. That is awesome news. Right. You could sit here and broadcast in your underwear if you want. Right. Nobody would know. You could turn your camera off. Hey, Periscope has that feature. So there you go. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm getting the wrap up sign. We're going to call it a night. So that's it for now. You now, a lot of people aren't fans of you now, Mike. A lot of people said they're not fans of you now. I don't know. I don't know, man. So here we are on Haps.tv. How's it going, Kev? Kev from Kansas City's here, guys. Hey, Kev, I had the Olive Garden for dinner the other night. Chicken Alfredo and lasagna fritters. Oh, man, that food was good. Who gives me the wrap-up sign, T-Bomb? I'll tell you who gives me the wrap-up sign. I just got an alert that Clubhouse is calling me. I got to go to Clubhouse. They need me over there. I'll be back tomorrow night. It's my weekly scheduled show, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. East Coast time. Come around tomorrow night, guys. Is anybody on Clubhouse? Thank you, Boulevard Kev. Appreciate that. Thank you. Is anybody else here on Clubhouse on the app? Thank you, Mike. Is anybody else on the Clubhouse app? I've been waiting to go on with Bobby because if Randy Horton ain't coming in tonight, I'm going on with Bobby on Clubhouse. Because I figured Randy would definitely come in tonight, but no Randy Horton. So we had him Saturday night. He told me he'd come back. He's going to tell us more stories about how he went to South Philadelphia and it was a dirty road in the back of a warehouse, man. Those stories were great with Randy Horton. There you go. You've been using them all. There you go. Yeah, well, I got this Clubhouse app. I'm telling you, Mike, you know what? If you want to do a talk show with no video, man, you could go to that, get that app, Clubhouse. Clubhouse is awesome, guys. Oh, Randy's live right now? I'll have to go jump in Randy's room then. I guess I'll go over to Randy's room. If he's live, I'll go on with him. We'll talk. We'll shoot the breeze about whatever Randy wants to talk about. All right, I'll go over and see if he's there. I got to bounce, guys. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock East Coast time, the big time show tomorrow night. We got a lot planned for you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.